Hey Scrappers, before I get into how to make kits, paper kits, I thought I'd share with you how I prepare for a crop event, whether it be at a friend's house, a day crop, or a weekend crop. I'm sure my process is like many of your process, but maybe there will be something you can take away from this. So to start with, I usually grab my photos that I'm going to crop. In this case, I picked one of my puppy dogs, and I kind of lay out the photos, kind of get an idea, take a look at the colors. Obviously, I've got some browns in there, and she's a creamy white, so I needed papers that were going to draw out her colors, but also papers that I needed to grab the attention of the photos and make them pop a little bit. So I've already gone through my stuff, and I've grabbed possible papers, and that's how I start getting ready for a crop. So I grab the specific pictures, and then I go on to the papers. In this case, because she is a lighter color, I thought a red, being she's a girl, would be a good place to start. It's kind of a pinky red. I don't crop too much in pinks and purples and pastels because I have a son and most of my stuff ends up being related to boys. So in this case, I decided I'm going to make her pictures pop a little more with the red, pinky red. And because she has the beiges, I've pulled out other colors as well. I have a subtle tan, kind of goes with any of those pictures. And then a little bit of a busy pattern, but still kind of subtle. It's repeated throughout. Then I wanted to pull out some of the browns for some contrast. So you can see it's becoming a theme. So now I have pretty much my subtles and my basic colors, whether the background, this brown here, more chocolatey brown, I'll use more for either matting or tucking in here and there. So now I went on to some other patterns to add to the layout. So I went with this chocolate brown. It's kind of a mix of a tan and a chocolate. I hope you can see that. My lighting is not very good here, and I'm not a professional at this. And then pull in some extra color. I went with a bunch of tiny little hearts in the pink, the brown, some black has been pulled in there. And I can also use part of this paper and use the other side because I got my puppy paw prints on the reverse. So that one I will probably cut up and use the patterns as I'm creating my layout. So again, I started with the photos. And okay, she's got a little blue in there because she got into some big gumballs. And then my papers. I hope you can see that well, and I hope you kind of get the gist of that, but that's where I start. So when I'm preparing for my crop, I have my photos and I have my paper now. So now I go through all my embellishments. As I showed you in my papers, I have one section for pets. So I pulled the whole folder and came up with some extras that I'll play with when I start forming my layout. I have some puppy stickers, again with the same type of colors. And again, these papers did not come from a kit. This one obviously is dog related. This I've had probably since the beginning years of my scrapbooking back in maybe even 2005. I started in 2003. Same with this one here. This one's fairly new. And this one's kind of that thinner paper we used to have years ago. Then I grabbed some more embellishments. These are chipboard doggy stuff. You can see the colors are starting to all blend together. And then I went through some of my enamel dots. I found a red and a black. Threw those in there. Some puppy brads, doggy bones, and these I bought all together. They're puppy related, dog's life, and then the other ones match, but again, the colors are working out perfectly. And then I went through some of my other stuff and found some twine. I don't know if you can see that real well, but it's red and white. A couple of washi tapes, dog prints, and the color combo again. And then I have a Happy Tales collection paper pad. So I might cut some of that up, tuck it in here and there with the colors that do match. Maybe bring out a little blue from the gumball. But I have a little more to play with. Cute little pack. So anyway, that's how I get my kit started. Oh, I even had some, whoopsie, some buttons that looked perfect for this. That's from Queen & Company. And some more twine. The brown, the black, and the white. So those are my elements I'll be playing with. The other thing I happened to have was a small puppy paw print punch and a larger, whoops, paw print. So that pretty much summed up everything that I would be using for this. Now after I have all this together, I'm getting ready for a crop. These are my favorite kind of sleeves to work with, where I can put the different elements in the different pockets for the smaller ones. And then there's a bigger pocket to put the papers. They all just slide right into that back one. And I can put the rest of the stuff in there and the papers. And then I take this pack. Here's a different style where it's got a bigger opening. Hope you can see that. Maybe for a larger set of photos and papers. It's a little more expandable. It's got a 12 by 12 section. And then half page insert there and a half page insert on the other side. So when I get all my different layouts ready, I stack them in the order that I want to work on them, and I put them in an old kit box. Don't fall over now. That was my first kit ever. I think scrapbooking has come a long, long way. But anyway, that I kept. It's kind of fun to look at when I pull out the box. I have it all rubber banded and all my photos and everything ready to go. I don't shop much at a crop, and I don't like to be sifting through all my stuff. So in the box it goes, the lid goes on, and everything is contained. So hopefully you get some idea there. And then I also grab whatever other little tools or templates or paints or sprays or mists. I like to dabble in some mixed media sometimes. So I'll kind of go through everything and see if there are any other color coordinating items that I might decide to use at a later time. So I hope that helps you out. My next video will be on how to make kits, paper kits, so you can just grab the whole kit and use whatever photos you decide. I will be back. Peace out.